Today is the day that we get to go out to Ibby again. This is by far, like I always say, one of the more challenging places that I go to. It's a 9% touchdown slope all up to 14%. It is, I don't know how long, it's this long. It's pretty short actually, with a cliff on the end and a cliff on the other end going all the way up. So definitely has some sight picture challenges to this place. I'm gonna fuel up real quick. The winds are starting to pick up out there, so I really want to get out there as soon as I can. This is way later than I'd normally go. I'd normally go early in the morning at 8, but I had other flights, so now it's like 11:30 almost. I really hope that the winds don't get too high that I'm unable to land, because I'm really limited to a 5-knot tailwind because it's at 6,300 feet, and yeah, there's a lot going against you. So let's load up, fuel up, and get out of here. All right, we're just gonna check the fuel. I've got 120 on this side. Let's get this one. 250, that gives us 370 altogether. Let's go get that in the iPad, then I'll know what I can put in here. All right, 50-50.
50-50, $100.
Yep. Manifest the subway. No, thank you. Total is 448. All I have left is some, looks like some trim. So I'll just strap that down to the floor. Once we get there, we'll take all the wood out, put our 5 seats back in, because I've got 6 passengers that will be coming out with me today, hopefully. Before we start up, we've got 540 on the fuel. Get our fuel turned on. I checked my caps up top, igniters, fuel pump. Low start. It's only a 13-minute flight out there, so do low idle. NG's coming up just as normal. ITT's coming up just as normal. Here we go.
Gurukha Alpha Tango Bravo.
Let's get our prop forward. We're gonna be going up to 8,000 feet at the most, getting out there. We've got 2 mountain ranges to get over top. It's not very far. If you were to take a car though, it's a 12-hour car ride on most days, or a 13-minute flight. Generator on, alternator on, and aux bus. We're gonna hit the depart tab at the top, 8001 POB 540 on the fuel, and hit send. We're going to be going over low mountain ranges, so we're going to just turn our terrain awareness off right this minute. Our switches and instruments, we're going to be rotating at 58 knots today. We'll come on down here to 58. I really do hope that it's not too windy out there for me to land, because I hate going out and turning back. I've already got my trim set up all the way to the right, top of the T, 20 degrees, and verified. Goroka Tower, November Tango Echo. Request taxi Ibby, 1 POB.
From Tango Echo, Ryan, just confirm destination Ibby, Vice Nomano.
Affirm Ibby. Did I put the wrong one in there? I just put in the lat long for Ibby, but yeah, it'll be Ibby.
From Tango Echo, right, just confirm your level and time interval to Ibby.
1 minute and level 8,000, November Tango Echo.
From Tango Echo. Alright, taxi to runway 17 left, enter and backtrack. We have Mike Alpha Golf traffic, Cessna Caravan. Backtracking will be departing off runway 10 right from Mount Hagen.
Copy, Mike Alpha Golf, clear to backtrack line up 17 left, November Tango Echo. And say again, QNH please.
1020.
1020, thank you. If you're a flight simmer and you want to start flying some of these flights, this would be a really great one for you guys to try out. Do a landing challenge there or something. I do have it on my Patreon page where you guys can go download it, add it to Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't know if I have it for X-Plane. I do have some other ones on there. And if you don't know how to fly at all, I've got something for you as well, a Flight Sim course. There's some links down below. If you're a beginner or if you're advanced, this would be a great way to not only learn how to fly, but also learn how to fly specifically the Kodiak. Right, ignition inlet and lights. Ignition inlet and lights are all good. There goes Mike Alpha Golf up to Hagen. Harnesses, which is seatbelt harnesses, are idle, which is high idle. We're gonna have to probably wait for a minute before he gets in his right hand turn before they let me take off. But I will have this little map here, and I do have some flights on my Patreon page. You guys can follow along with charts and everything. November Tango Echo and turn ready for departure.
From Tango Echo, your separation with Mike Alpha Golf on our right, second airborne, and on our right turn this time for Mount Hagen. Runway 17 left, make right turn, clear for takeoff.
17 left, make right turn, clip takeoff. Got traffic in sight, November Tango Echo.
From Tango Echo.
Let's go. Rotate 58.
Mike Alpha Golf departed at 43, track 278 up to 10 miles left of track, not above 12,000, tracking Warthog initially, estimating Hagen at...
There's our rotate.
13 next hour.
725, let's bump it up to 740 though. Get a little bit more power out of
Mike
here.
Alpha Golf, not about 12,000.
Alright, there's over 500 feet, over 85 knots where it was. Now it's down. So we go, let's go 0 degrees of flaps, head for the call gap. That's our lowest gap that we're going to go through, right around 7,300 feet. And let's bring our prop on back to 2,000 RPM, right to the bottom of the N. That's the easiest way. IGT settles in right around 720 for the climb. We'll do igniters off, pitot heats off. I don't know why my pitot heats were on, but I had them on earlier on my last flight. Maybe I just forgot to turn it off. Croker Tower, November Tango Echo, departed time 4-4. We'll be tracking 241 on climb, not above 8,000. Estimating I by 56.
From Tango Echo, confirm track outbound 241.
Affirm, 241, November Tango Echo.
Correction, from Tango Echo, 8,000. Contact Mosby on primary VHF 120.1, check for HF 6598. The cool call.
120.165 in the call, November Tango Echo. Right, so this is our HF down here. He said 65908 or 120.1. We're just about ready to pass this. This is the call gap here, and then we have another mountain range, Ilambari mountain range over there, and we're going to go all the way to the right. We can go left or right, but not middle, because that's all the way up to 9,000 something. We're not going that high today. Pretty pumpy today. Like I said, I really hope that it's not going to be too windy out there. Out of all the places I fly to in Papua New Guinea, this is the place that I would say I have the most unexpected go-arounds by far. Either due rain, due winds. That's what makes this place difficult, is the challenging things like the winds. It's kind of in a bowl, so the winds, you'll have a tailwind on landing and you'll have a tailwind on takeoff because it hits the top of the mountain and comes right back. So yeah, it can be very weird. Runway 230, one way, touchdown elevation 62340, touchdown slope 9%, length 554. Typical procedure is mid-final shortly after crossing the river. Winds can be strong by 10 a.m. It's generally noon now. We'll be out there at noon. We did get a strip condition. He said the winds are picking up. He said they're still pretty light. He said the windsock's kind of fluttering, kind of going in and out, which if it's fluttering, it's probably about 5 knots. That's kind of my guess. If you guys haven't seen my other videos, I know a lot of you guys have seen this, but I'm going to show you guys, for those who haven't, it's a book I made for you guys, a coffee table album, covering 40 different of the locations we go to with some culture, some history about how it was made, when it was made, what kind of stuff they do for money, what kind of stuff they do for food out of these remote locations. So if you're interested in getting some cool little piece about PNG with a bunch of aviation photos and drone pictures of airstrips all around PNG, I do worldwide shipping on it as well, so check out my website down below. I've got a link in the description. We wanted 7,300 feet pattern altitude. I'm just 5 minutes out now. And we want to turn final at 6840. So for this one, I'm going to come down and turn my minimums on actually. Turn that up to 6840 so that it will say minimums if where I need to be turning my final. places like this that the airstrip is on the side of a mountain and it's an open valley, it's really easy to get low. Also, specifically, this one just has a lot of sight picture things that really mess up like how it looks because it's on the side of a mountain and it's pretty steep. And with it being so steep behind and such a drop off before, probably
500.
Like 80 feet drop off before, it really can just kind of play games with what your altitudes are. So I don't want to get low, turning final, so that's why I set that up. RSD 1201, November Tango Echo.
November Tango Echo, more good.
November Tango Echo, currently 18 miles to the west of Goroka, now joining into the circuit. Ibby, we'll report again after landing. Ibby, copy Mike Alpha Golf.
Tango Echo.
Start up our buddy check for landing checklist. Our fuel selectors are on, our brakes are on, are good. Our terrain awareness turned off. Our VREF, which is our landing speed, is 67 knots. But because it's a 9% slope touchdown, anything over 7 we start adding a knot. So I need to add 2 knots to that, 69. Lights and inlet, good. If we have to go around, which we might because we'll have tailwinds, power up 20 degrees of flaps, pitch for 12 degrees on the attitude indicator, immediately left-hand turn, resetting our max ITT. Although we're just entering into the circuit, down to 7,300 feet.
Juliet, go ahead.
I do have a pretty decent amount of wind out here already. It can change short final, so we're just going to fly it and do our best.
1269 Alpha, Juliet.
I have 5 knots tailwind here. It was 7 knots just 30 seconds ago, so it definitely changes. So we'll see what it is once we get a little bit closer. We'll fly overhead, look at the windsock.
RSV 120.1, Alpha November Charlie, left flight level 340.
You can definitely see how bumpy it is here, and this is just 5 knots of tailwind, so we will see. I've done quite a bit of work on it though, so that's good. Okay, it looks like at the windsock it's a crosswind, a left crosswind of just a couple of knots. It says 3 knots up here. There, now it just kicked way out, so that's what it does.
And RSV 120.1, stepped on.
500.
Now it's down back to nothing, so yeah, it's all over the place. Oh, let's go 10 degrees of flaps.
136.7, Alpha November.
And we're getting hit all over. 7,300. We're gonna follow this ridge line out for our downwind. 20 degrees of flaps. 69, 79, and 89. 89 and down, which we're about right now. Turn and base. 68, 50, 40, turn and final. And there's only 1 knot of wind, but it has rocked me all over the place. Go to 69, 50 feet to go. Full flaps, checklist is complete. Turning final.
Minimums, 500.
Not tailwind. Bit of an overshoot. Not crosswind. 650 on the descent, a little low. 1 knot tailwind, 7 knot crosswind. Line up to committed. 3 knot tailwind. 5 knot crosswind, we're committed.
500.
Big downdraft. Man, massive downdraft right at short final. Had a ton of power in there. Not to go down. Ugh. Yeah, see, these places can get my heart rate going up too, for sure. We'll load up here and then we'll catch my breath and unload and get out of here. Yeah, that was kind of like a lot of work for me right there, for sure. This place, like I say, is always a lot of work.